Hello? He's on mute. You're on mute, Spenny.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
I've never done this show on Twitter before, and it's very confusing for me.
Well, think of it like a call-in radio show.
Okay.
And you've called in.
Okay. That part I get. Okay, so it's the Queen of Sheba, not Shiva.
I said Shiva?
Yeah, Shiva.
Oh, I know it's the Queen of Shiva. Maybe it's my pronunciation. I'm sorry.
What? Can you? I came in the middle of that. I guess it was a rant.
Yes.
Can you just bottom line what the hell you're talking about?
Bottom line, I was having a coffee at a Starbucks patio, and I was fully in the shade because I was directly under the umbrella. And this old Italian man came by, and he said, "Do you mind if I move this for my wife?" And I was really, you can't say no on a patio. You can't cause a scene, right? So he had to drag this stone-based this umbrella with a big stone base. And the fact that it has a stone base tells you it's not for moving. And he and his wife were directly in the shade. And now I have a sunburn on my shoulder because of it.
How old were these people?
Over 60. If they were 70... If they were over 75, they would be people who you would say, "Oh, he looks good."
If he hurt his back moving the umbrella, would you have been happy?
Yes, absolutely. He did. He was struggling with it because it's you have to tip it and then you have to wheel it.
Yep.
And he was also wearing a suit. And yes, I would have been happy, and I hope that he's in at least a mild amount of pain right now.
Okay. Fair enough. I think you could have said no. I just have some breaking news. I'm waiting for TMZ to call me.
Oh, God.
Don Winslow blocked me last night.
What?
Yep.
Because of what?
I saw a tweet. I know you're very political.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go too deep into it, but I saw a tweet that I retweeted. I didn't know who the guy was.
Okay.
But the tweet ostensibly was bagging on the New York Times for not for burying or not even reporting on the assassination business of Justice Kavanaugh.
Yes.
So, anyways, we can talk about this privately. Not that you would, but anyways, he blocked me, which is just odd because I was sort of having a little love affair with him in terms of retweeting, and he retweeted me a couple of times. And just last thing I'll say is just a word out there: be careful who you retweet. Be careful what you do. If you want to stay in Don Winslow's good books.
Now, do you not think maybe he liked you and he clicked on your profile and then saw your regularly scheduled content and said, "This man's not for me," and that's when you offended him?
No. I think it was literally, I mean, I'm only guessing,
yeah.
But I think it was that tweet because when after he tweeted me, he blocked me at about 11 o'clock at night, and I'm lying in bed like an old Jew watching TV. And he basically, I was a little upset, but I don't get too upset about this stuff. I block almost everybody, so how upset can I get?
Sure.
Anyways, so I thought a lot about it, and then this morning I woke up and I looked up the guy that I retweeted, and sure enough, yeah, he's a right winger, radio host guy who writes books. Apparently, he seems to not be completely in the Trump malignancy, but somewhat Trumpy. But to me, it's the principle, right? Like
right.
And it really boils down to, and I know you're probably going, "Oh my God,
no, this is fantastic. Please continue."
Okay, so the whole thing really for me is a lot of my right-wing friends, because I do have right-wing friends, because I believe not everybody should think the same way.
Sure.
And they the ones that I think are intelligent and thoughtful and somewhat decent all have this issue, the similar issue of why did the media not report on the Black Lives Matter riots that happened, say, after the George Floyd verdict, because millions, some say billions of dollars worth of damage to private property, blah, 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 blah. And the left-wing media doesn't seem to report it. And they use this as as a tool of this is the divisiveness. This is why we hate the left. And I'm trying to get everybody together. We don't have to like each other, but we don't have to hate each other.
You don't have to sing Kumbaya, but you should at least know the chords.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by the way, I've never seen a Republican in a drum circle in my life. Just saying.
Fair enough.
Okay, so anyways, that's that.
Well, you know what?
And I still don't have the answer to the question.
Right.
Because I have a malignant non-ego issue that I've always had. Right. I like being wrong. I like being attacked. I don't know.
But you don't like being blocked.
No, I understand. I don't like when someone that I admire that I thought we were falling into some kind of Twitter relationship blocked me. Yeah, I was a little upset, but I can handle it. I'm a big boy.
Now, my couple questions. Did you block him back?
No.
You're gonna let him know that when he's ready, you'll be waiting for him.
Classic Kenny, by the way. I told Kenny this morning because I had just like a week ago said you got to follow this guy to Kenny Hutz, and so then this morning I said he blocked me and he wrote back ha ha ha, and which is a long text for Kenny, 3 ha's. But anyways, it's like I don't really know what the truth is about this issue, and I'm starting to think that nobody really knows what they're talking about. And we're all bloviating about politics. You don't.
I don't. I mean, I bloviate, just not about politics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, anyways, I don't know.
Now, let's first of all, I want to tell you that David Arquette has quoted you in the chat. He was so moved by what you said. He quoted, "We don't have to like each other, but we don't have to hate each other."
Yeah.
That spoke to him. Now, let's tell a nice Twitter interaction story that we had. As Kenny can attest, as Spenny can attest, my apologies. Does that insult you? That doesn't insult you. You just said Ken. Never mind. I often speak about Mason Reese, publicly and privately. Spenny, how many times have I talked about Mason Reese to you?
A frightening amount.
Yeah. And we had tweeted about him. It had spilled over into our public lives. I could not contain the secret of Mason Reese anymore. And we tweeted about it. And days later, I see a notification on an old tweet. Mason Reese has liked your tweet. So I just want to let everyone know, if you tweet about Mason Reese, he is on Twitter and he is vanity searching, as I do, not holding it against him. And he must be really touched that people are speaking about him.
That is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's another part of my personality that's bizarre. I actually like good, happy things. Like, I've got goose pimples now, which is probably sad, but so yeah, there you go. And who knows? I didn't know he was alive until we started talking about it.
Yes.
Because he sort of has the reverse Andre the Giant thing happening. I don't know what the thing is with him.
The medical term, yeah.
I don't know, but that's fantastic, and he looks good. Because of you, I found out that not only was he alive, he kind of looks the same in an odd way.
He does. He still kept the boyish charm. I don't think he ever lost what he had.
Well, that's the haircut. The haircut goes a long way.
Yes.
All right. Well, look, I don't want to intrude on your coffee session here, but love you and keep doing what you're doing and spreading all the joy and humor.
I love you back, and thank you for bloviating with me.
You're welcome.
I will talk to you soon.
Okay, I'll keep listening for a bit.
Thank you. Goodbye.